Hello again. Today we're going to keep discussing credit and how we can improve it and different tips and tricks there are so that you can improve your scores, get you a better deal, and maybe even get you into a house if you're just so close to getting there. So here we go. Okay, so this video is kind of a part 3 to the last 2 videos that I've done on credit. Each time I think about the subject and I kind of go over it back in my mind, I think, oh wait, there's more. There's more pieces to the puzzle here to help if you are looking to improve your credit. If you are looking to buy a house and you're just not quite there, if you just want to get the best deal you can on your pricing, these are some good things to do. So in my first video, I talked about essentially secured credit cards and how you're able to get them when you have no credit at all. Okay, and those are kind of like the easy, quick ways to kind of get started. My second video, I talked about utilization of your credit. So using the credit you already have and leveraging it as best you can to get the best scores that you can possibly get out of each trade line. Okay, so that's number 2. Number 3 is what I'll talk about today. Now this is kind of a quick. You usually have to have some credit established, but it is doable and it does work pretty well. And what that thing is, we're going to cut right to it here, is becoming a joint user on an existing credit account, usually with somebody that you trust, they trust you, because you're going to be sharing a credit account with them. So that's someone who has a credit card, it has a history, it has a low balance, and doesn't have any late payments on it, at least within the last few years. So I mean, it's got good history, it's been established, low balance. So this is usually a parent you might end up doing this with. It might be a significant other that has their own credit account or their own cards. It's going to be someone that you trust and they trust you, because this can go sideways if you're not good with how you manage things, getting access to that kind of someone else's credit. That could be a big no-no. But if you work with people that care for, trust, and it's reciprocated, you can get added onto their account as a joint user, not an authorized user. There is a difference. A joint user makes you a full-fledged owner of that account with that person. That means you adopt all of their history onto your credit report. This can be a huge thing if you have lower credit scores and this person has great credit and this account is a really good one. You get added to it and then boom, your scores will typically jump up with all that good new credit there, because it's not like you just got a new card and you're trying to establish it. It's already been established. Its history is now your history, and it's something that is a huge boost, and it is awesome when it can be done. It can't always be done, because finding someone who has great credit scores, that you care, they care for you, you can trust them, they trust you, that can be a little more difficult. But if you have someone like that in your life and you are looking for a nice boost, just something to get your scores up and kind of improve your history, that's a great way to do it. Now, why I say not an authorized user is because on a credit report, it doesn't read the same way. It doesn't always help you in the same way. And when it comes to lending, it's kind of odd. It used to be that becoming an authorized user on someone's account meant that you added them to your account, but you just don't give them a credit card. So they get the history, but you don't got to worry about what they're doing. And for some reason, over time, those accounts became less and less valuable to how they affect your credit score. So that's why joint credit actually works really well, because you actually have access to what the account is doing. And in the credit report, it's actually coded differently. It'll show an A for an authorized user account versus being joint or borrower, co-borrower when we look at our credit reports that we pull through for lending purposes. They're not the same, the ones that you look for when you have a consumer credit report. It reads different, and we're actually not allowed to send those out. We look at them, we use them for our purposes, they stay in the system, and that's it. So they can read a little different. But just from an inside perspective on these things, becoming a joint user is an awesome thing to do if you can. Just the caveat is you got to know that person really well. You got to trust them. They got to trust you. It's got to be something that you're kind of committing to help with credit and help with buying. So just as if someone was going to be a co-signer for you, a co-borrower, that level of commitment is also that kind of person that could help you with your credit. So I wanted to keep it short and sweet today. That's just my last little nugget on credit that we'll talk about. We'll discuss other things in the future, but as I keep thinking about the subject and thinking about the information, there's just more things I keep pulling up. And it's like, these are all great things to help with credit. So if you have any questions, comment down below. Like the video if you found value in the content, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. So that's it for today. Thank you all. Talk to you next time. Peace.